What's up guys, Crye here with Beavers for Breakfast, bringing you our review of the Crye Precision JPC. The JPC was originally designed for the military to be a smaller, faster, lighter, more maneuverable, and more durable plate carrier, and that is exactly what this thing is. Weighing in at only 1.3 pounds, this insanely light plate carrier is going to have a lot of really cool features that you're not going to get on a lot of cheaper airsoft replica plate carriers. To start out with, the JPC has integrated magazine pouches that can hold 3 M4 mags or even 3 AK mags. I have my AK mags in here right now currently. These magazine pouches are going to have the bungee retention system to hold your magazines in and keep them from falling out when you're running around, bouncing around and rolling and doing all your cool tactical shit. Along with the integrated magazine pouches, the JPC also features an integrated admin pouch up here up top where you can actually open this up here, and I have my dead rag in here, and I usually also put my phone in there just to keep it safe and keep it accessible. And on the front of the admin pouch you have a nice little Velcro panel to put all your awesome patches. I have my Gray Team patch here along with my Faded Giant 3 event patch. And you'll also notice that on the JPC it doesn't have what most plate carriers normally have. Most plate carriers have these buckles on the front to allow you to take the plate carrier on and off more quickly. The JPC actually doesn't have that. It's got this weird kind of rubbery material. I wouldn't exactly call it rubber. It just kind of feels like it. It's not very stretchy though, but it's definitely durable. And I know this for a fact is playing at Faded Giant. When you're hit, you have to be, in order to be medicked, if you're out in the open, you don't just simply put a hand on another player to bring them back. You actually have to physically drag them. So with this on at Faded Giant, when I had to be medicked, I had to actually be drugged by the shoulder pads, and these things held up great. They haven't ripped at all, so they're definitely durable, so I would not worry about that at all. On the shoulder pads, they also have this little elastic multicam cover, and it has little Velcro loops here that you can put your comms or hydration feed, anything like that. Now moving on to the back of the plate carrier here, there's not really much to it. It's basically just MOLLE on the back, but also on the back it actually has paracord, so you can adjust the length of the cummerbund. If you're larger or smaller, you can adjust the cummerbund accordingly. And on the back I have attached a basic Condor hydration pack where I keep all my extra gas or BBs. Sometimes I'll put water bottles in there or something like that, because I'm not a big fan of carrying the big hydration bladders. So I have that on the back. Other than that, there's really not much to it. It's just a basic back. So now we're going to move on to the cummerbund. The cummerbund is very special on the JPC. A lot of Crye Precision products have this. This is their skeleton cummerbund. It actually, you can see here, it actually cuts down on a lot of the weight of the plate carrier. It allows you not only more breathability, but it also serves more function. It has a lot more functionality to it. You can not only put pouches on the outside of the plate carrier, but you can actually put pouches on the inside of the cummerbund as well. So you have a lot more real estate to put a lot more pouches on there, which is a really nice feature, and that's probably one of my favorite features of the JPC itself. Obviously, because I am a smaller guy, I don't have quite as much space on the plate carrier to put pouches like a lot of larger people would, but that's okay for me. I don't like to run a lot anyway. I have a regular Condor Crye Precision licensed EMT pouch on this side, and then on the other side I also have a Phantom Gear double M4 pouch where I hold my radio and some magazines, and as well as a homemade Thunder Bee holster, which I can show you guys how to make. If you want to see a video on how to make this homemade Thunder Bee holster, you go ahead and click this annotation right here, and it'll open up a new tab for you to go watch that. A little more on the insides, I guess, of the JPC. On the inside of the front and back panels, you're going to have some mesh here that you can see that will allow you much easier breathability. One thing that I wish was on here was a little bit more mesh. There's not that much here, just a little bit on the front and on the back. I wish there was just a little bit more just to make it more breathable, but it being so light, it's really not that necessary, but it's just a little bit of a little feature that I wish would have been there. Obviously, this being a plate carrier, it holds plates. So in order to put the plates into the JPC, you actually undo this flap here in the bottom component, this tab, open that up, and you can actually insert your plates into there. According what size plate your JPC is going to take will depend on what size JPC you have. For example, a small JPC is going to take small plates, a medium JPC is going to take medium plates, large plates, and so on, you know, all that work. So I actually don't have real plates in mine. I don't have the money for that. I made my own plates out of some foam board and duct tape that I just wrapped around. And again, if you want to see a video on how I did that, you can go ahead and let me know in the comments below. Let me know if that's something you want to see. If it is, I can definitely make that happen. So why should you buy the JPC? Well, I can't really say why you should buy the JPC, but I can say why I bought the JPC. Originally, I had a Shellback Tactical Banshee, which wasn't the best plate carrier in the world. I'm not going to sit here and say it was god-awful, but it really wasn't my style. It was a small plate carrier, which is what I wanted, but it had those big bulky shoulder straps with the buckles on it like I talked about earlier, and that doesn't really work for me because I can't properly shoulder my weapon with those big buckles there. So with that being a huge issue for me, I quickly got rid of my Banshee and I was looking for something that didn't have that, and I saw that the JPC had the shoulder straps like this, which is just this fabric. There's no buckles or anything to get in the way. So I jumped on the bandwagon for the JPC and I went ahead and got it. I love it. I can properly shoulder my weapon with the JPC, which is perfect, and it's very small. That's another reason why I got it. I finally found something that can fit my tiny, skinny ass little body, and it fits perfectly. And this is actually a medium. I was originally trying to find a small, but a small is very hard to find. And I went ahead and said, screw it, I'll get a medium, we'll see what happens. And the medium seems to fit me quite well. So, very impressed with the JPC. Not really anything I don't like about it other than, I guess, two little things. I'm not a big fan of the bungee. I just don't like bungee in general. I mean, it's nice that it's there. It's better than nothing. I'm just not a big fan of bungee. And then the other thing, a little bit more mesh in here. Again, not a big deal. I'm not going to cry over it. Cry, get it? Other than that, I love this thing. I don't see myself getting rid of it anytime soon. You guys should definitely look into this. Crye Precision JPC. You can pick these up for about $250 if you're lucky enough to find one. Some of the popular websites. I got mine from GSS Gear. I don't know if they're in stock anymore. GSS Gear is a good place to look. SKD Tactical is another good place to look. You can look for these on eBay as well as Airsoft forums, like Airsoft Society, their classifieds. There's sometimes quite a few on here. If you're trying to find a specific size, like a small, I'll just say good luck. Unless you're willing to pay more, you're probably not going to get a small. I'd say a medium is probably the most common one for you to get. You can get those a lot of times on eBay or on forums and things like that. Well guys, hope you enjoyed our review on the Crye Precision JPC. Again, my name is Brad with BBs for Breakfast, and as always, stay classy, subscribers. weighing in at only 1.3 pounds. I forgot what I was going to say. This is why I can't make videos in college.